Okay, so, all right. Does someone want to say what the prompt is again?
You want to read it, you're saying?
I'm saying, like, does somebody else want to read it?
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I can't find it.
Says, please discuss with situations in which you have employed the various sources of power and influence referenced by Hackman and Johnson. Work to tie those experiences to your role as a leader, as a follower. Finally, how might a person's argumentative style impact or tie to their use of power?
Well, that last question is easy. Like, if someone likes to argue, like, and they use that in, like, their power, then, like, it's either going to go really bad or it's going to go really well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
I think like, go through each different kind of power and then say, like, which situation would be better in, which they listed on 143.
Yeah. So what's the first power type?
Coercive power. It's punishment, or give negative reinforcement. So in order to take away something, like for my daughter, for example, if she isn't the right thing, I may take away her electronics, or the other way is if they do something good, you may reward her with, something else, or give them a raise for their performance or something like that.
Okay. So it says that like achieves quick results, which I guess that's true, because it's like if my mom took away something because I did something bad, that like that's her power, but at the same time, like I would react to that because I'd want it back, so I wouldn't do that ever again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then reward power too, like you could like obviously like the reward, like you want to get a raise or you want to get promoted, so you're gonna continue good behavior. That way you'll get your reward.
Yeah, or like sales tactics or stuff like that. Like if you make a certain amount of sales, then maybe you'll get like, I don't know, an extra pair of shoes or something, like at a clothing store you work at. You know what I mean? Like something like that. I feel like that's reward power.
But it says it boosts short-term performance. Like, do you think once people like get that reward that like they don't care anymore?
I think it just depends on what it is. Like if you're trying to get promoted, you could easily get fired, so you wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to not keep doing good.
Yeah, like when I worked at the children's place, the clothing store, like if we made like 5 credit card sales in a shift, like got people to sign up, then we would get like $1 towards a gift card. $1. So for that, so like after a few shifts, like you would build up, and then like eventually you would get like, $15 or something to cash out for like a Starbucks gift card or something like that.
Yeah.
And that like motivated everyone. Would be like, oh hell yeah, I got $1 today.
Yeah.
They like just started doing something like that at work. It's like if we get like mentioned in like a Yelp review or something, that like we get a free beer.
Oh, hey, that's good.
And so everyone's like, yeah.
That motivates me for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like that reward power, I mean, I think it goes a long way, but
yeah, it's just short term.
Like,
yeah.
Be a quick change and someone doesn't care anymore after they get that reward.
Yeah, or like say you like, they take the reward away and they stop giving you free beers. You're not going to tell people about Yelp anymore. Like you're going to exactly what they need,
Yeah, exactly.
So, as soon as the reward gets taken away, then the power is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what other ones.
The next one is legitimate power.
Yeah, that's like they explain that as like cops and like judges and stuff like that. How like they have that power because like you can't tell the judge no, like. Yeah. I mean, you can, but I don't know how far it's gonna get you. But
yeah.
Maybe tell the cop like, don't give me a ticket. They're gonna be like, okay, here's another one.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's another one. We don't like your attitude,
Bill. No.
What's that?
I said, what do you think?
Yeah, I think legitimate power is like what you guys said, but it's also, the upper management, they pretty much can dictate what your department does or any changes your department has. And, you know, once they make that change, there's not a lot you can do about it, you know. Tech says, you know, it may become less effective over time if they're constantly coming in and making changes, you know, and you don't have a say in it, you know, it doesn't really help, you know, the teams or the morale or anything like that. So.
Yeah. And like, you're right about the manager thing, because I wrote this down because the book says like the amount of legit power depends on the importance of the position that he or she holds.
Yeah.
Expert power.
I think expert power was the one that kind of made the most sense to me. It's kind of like if you, like we both work at Starbucks, so one of us has been there longer, has been there through more stuff. They kind of count you more as like an expert, which I do think that makes sense, because I do think a lot of times like when I'm learning like my role, because I'm newer at the shift and I'm working with people that have been shift for like 3 years, so like definitely like we can do the same job, like whatever they taught me, but you can't really teach someone how to go through different things. So when certain things come up, like if I have a problem with a customer I've never had before, I'm like a little more like, I don't really know exactly what to do. They've already been through like trial and error, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like if, like for me, my manager at my store, he never was a barista or shift. He was hired as a manager. So like when he trained me as a shift, I felt like, or as a supervisor, I felt like I respected the other shift supervisor that trained me more, because she'd been like a supervisor for 5 years. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I felt like she was giving me like the inside scoop, and you know, I kind of listened to her way more than I did my manager.
Yeah.
So there's definitely power in that for sure.
Yeah.
Reference power.
I didn't understand this one at all, actually.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Like it says it's like a role model power.
That makes sense. It's like if you're like a kid and someone is like a pro skater or something, and you're a skater, you know, then that's something that's power in that, because it's like, oh my gosh, like this person's amazing, I want to be like this.
Admiring them.
Yeah. Willing to do extra stuff. But I mean, that's like obviously an extreme example.
Yeah, because like I know that I wrote down, because I didn't understand it, but like one of the key things that it said was like it depends on feelings of like affection, esteem, and respect for somebody. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense to me. Like with me and my older sister, like I like all the stuff that she does, like I want to do it too. Like how she does her makeup, like I don't want to do it. Like ever since I was smaller, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what our text said. It was role model, and you know, it has to do with admiration. So, like, if your older sister, of course, you want to be like her. I mean, she's your big sister, so she has that power over you without even trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that could be good or bad, because if she makes bad decisions, I'm gonna be like, me too.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I think some of those people with that power, like, are fully aware that they have it, and like some people aren't. So it's like, they could be like influencing a lot of people without knowing it.
Yeah, that's
or like some people could manipulate to get people to like respect them in that way, like and get them to do stuff that they wouldn't normally do just because they view that one person so highly.
Yeah,
could be misused easily.
Yeah.
And then there's information
power.
Able. It's like the access and like of data. That's kind of what it said.
Yeah.
It's kind of self-explanatory.
That always kind of makes me think of, you know, like how they used to have like, try this toothpaste because all these dentists say it's the best toothpaste out there, you know. So here there's all these statistics that says this particular product is better than others, so you use this one. And if it's a doctor or somebody or a dentist saying that Tylenol or whatever product's better, then you're more inclined to believe them as opposed to just some random person in a commercial.
Yeah.
That's a good example.
That's true. That's really true.
And then what was the last one?
Ecological power.
Controlled over physical. Oh, like they have like control over like the physical environment. Is that kind of what that means?
I feel like Google and stuff like that has created their environment to be, I mean, I don't know if you know, like, how their work environment is, but they've made it so it's this ideal place to be. And so then people want to work there. And I feel like they have power in that.
Yeah.
Creating that environment that makes people want to stay there all the time. And then they work more.
Yeah.
Like free childcare and stuff like that.
I know, it's crazy. They have like massage people in there. There's free childcare. There's food. There's everything. That place is awesome.
Yeah. Then you want to stay there all day and work all day. So they have power in that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think another example also could be like Starbucks like pays for you to go to ASU online. Do you think that could be a part of it? Because then like they're keeping their employees there longer. Because now I'm going to be here for, I mean, another like 4 years. Like, because usually you're in college for about like 4 years, maybe more. You think that could be like
that's
fun.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have been here so long either. It's because of the education. So yeah, it's definitely creating the environment that makes you want to stay.
Yeah.
Will you guys feel obligated to stay after you get your degree?
No. As soon as I graduate, thank you. Bye.
So then I guess the next question would just be, after like reading through all of those and like we know what those are, how might like someone's argument style like influence their power roles?
And it says like leaders and followers too.
Yeah.
Where's the argument style page? Do you
I think it's probably on 177 because that's where the argumentative assessment is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
What's the question on that?
It's like has all the questions that are like, I enjoy avoiding arguments, or I like them, or I don't like them.
Where do you guys score?
Huh?
What's your score? Mine was really high.
I don't know. All I know is that like I hate arguing with people.
I got 91 out of 100.
Oh. No, I'm just like, if I don't have a reason to, then I'm like not going to. And like if I feel like an argument's about to arise, then I'm like, okay, and I change the subject because I just don't like it.
I've always been like sorted out when it comes to like intellectual arguments or something like that. Like when it comes to a topic, if I disagree, then I love to just like go back and forth with something with someone.
Yeah.
I think if I'm like really passionate about it, then I'll be really argumentative. But if I know that like someone else could possibly know more than me, then I don't argue.
Yeah. Or if it
comes from like how people are like I don't know, like I'm the youngest of 4 and like I wanted to do everything all of my siblings did. So it's like if they would like tell me something, I'd be like, okay, you're right. Like, yeah. So I think that's kind of like where it came from.
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 10, so I know how that works.
My gosh.
Of 10 kids? What?
That's crazy.
I'm number 4 of 5 kids, so that's like, I thought that was a big family. Now it's
but yeah, I guess like depending on like, I guess it's just like back to the statement of like pick and choose your battles, you know? So
yeah,
if someone with like a lot of power just enjoys arguing, then like they're gonna kind of push your buttons and stuff just to be able to tell you what to do. And like if you don't do it right then and there, then like they're gonna argue with you about it, you know?
Yeah.
I think the word argue is pretty strong. If you replace it with the word debate, I think our whole conversation could have been a little different.
Yeah, 100%. Because there's a difference between arguing. I think arguing sometimes has like a negative connotation to it. But debating doesn't.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like whether you're a follower or a leader, but like in my role, like if I tell someone to do something and they argue with me about it, it's like it's not gonna get anywhere for me or them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and like my scale is 91, but like at work, if someone disagrees with me or if you know whatever, I'm not sitting there. I'm not going to argue with them because it's not necessary to do it. So I feel like you can be high on the scale and be like highly argumentative, and it can just be that you know when to use it and when it's appropriate. Like to argue for your team versus against your team.
Exactly. You're going to pick it. When you do that.
Yeah.
Well, guys.
Did we do it?
That was very, that's like an easy, good conversation. Like it kind of just flowed. I liked it.
Yeah, solid.
All right.
Cool.
Who wants to submit?
Yeah, who wants to submit it? That's true.
I can submit them.
You'll submit them?
You?